Hi everyone, today I'm going to talk about stocks and shares. So what are they? Stocks, also called shares. So if you are a shareholder, so that means you own a piece of the company. So basically you go to the stock exchange and buy a share of a company, and so in return you get a share certificate. So basically, they used to give share certificate, before online trading. Now we have online trading, so there is no more share certificate. You do not receive share certificate anymore. You can request it, but I've never done it, so there's no need for it. They have all the records in the trading system. So okay, so shares has so many different types of shares. So, but the most common shares are preferred shares and common shares. So, what is common share? Common share is something that you and I can go out and buy. Everybody can go out and buy common shares. But for preferred shares, it's something that gives preference. It's a special shares for a select group of people. So I think these select groups of people has to invest really large amount of money to get preferred shares, in most cases. So what I will talk about so many different types of shares in later videos. So preferred share is I will talk about preferred and common share briefly here. So what is the difference between preferred shares and common shares? So let's say a company goes bankrupt, company goes out of business, so they need to liquidate all the assets. So preferred shareholders get what is remained after the company pay off all the creditors, all the debt. So a common shareholder is always the last one to receive any leftover. So as you can imagine, preferred share is more expensive than common share. Okay, so now I'm going to talk about how do you know when you are ready to invest in stock markets. So you save at least 6 months of living expenses before you start investing in stock market. Why? Because stock market goes up and down all the time. So let's say if like you lose your job tomorrow morning, or you need to go to hospital, or you need to go to clinic, life emergency, anything can happen. So if you do not have money saved up for 6 months of living expenses, you need to sell all the shares. So tomorrow the shares that you have might be down. So you make a loss. You can lose money. Shares prices rise and fall all the time. Let's say you buy shares right now, and 1 second later it can go down, or it can go up. So it's in both ways. So I do not want you to lose money. So which is why I emphasize having 6 months of living expense before you start investing. I will talk about how much you can invest, how much you can invest in a later video. So make sure you subscribe the video, okay? Make sure you subscribe my channel. I will talk about more about it. And how much do you need to pay to get a share? It depends, because different shares have different prices. Some shares cost only 1 cent, 5 cents. Some shares cost 1,000, like Google, Amazon costs about 1,400. So it depends. So for Warren Buffett's company, it costs more than 100,000 for one share. So 100,000 for one share, that's a lot of money, because the company is expensive. And also there are different. There are outstanding shares and floating shares. Different types of definition. Shares is you can hold for life. Bond has limit. So bond has 5 years bond, 10 years bond, 20 years bond, 30 years bond. I will talk about more about that later in later videos. So yeah, make sure you follow my channel or subscribe my channel for more videos like this. So if you buy Facebook or Apple 20 years ago. You can stay hold it and you can keep holding, and because Apple is stay around, so Apple is one of the largest company in the world. Facebook, I bought Facebook shares last in 2016 for $100, and I sold it in 2017 for 195. I sold it very recently. I think I sold it in 2018. This year, 195. So I made twice the money in only about over a year. So so you can make lots of money in stocks, and you can also lose lots of money. So you need to know what you are investing in. So so just to recap, so these are the things that I discussed today. There are two types of shares: common shares and preferred shares. Preferred shares is more expensive than common shares, and also save enough money for 6 months of living expenses. Then you start investing. So that's the better way to do it. And you do not want to lose money. I do not want you to lose money either. It's a very rewarding investment. Investing in stock markets, but it can also be scary. So the last thing you want is you lose money, right? No one likes to lose money. I don't want to lose money, but I'm gonna tell you this: invest only the money that you can afford to lose. Invest money that you can lose. So basically, let's say you invest $500, and the next day the company goes bankrupt. You're not gonna die, right? So you're not gonna lose your sleep over it. Only invest money that you're not gonna lose sleep over. So in later videos, I'm gonna talk more about different shares and different financial markets and different types of stock exchanges, stock brokerage firms. There's also pre-market trading and regular trading and post-market trading. So I'm gonna talk about that in later videos. So make sure you subscribe my channel, and if you learn something from my video today, like the button, click and like the buttons. Okay, so I will see you next time.